Let me tell you a story. One day I was walking to the bus station and I got into the line to get into the bus. After some time, I noticed a beautiful Ukrainian girl standing in the line. I was hoping to make eye contact with her and maybe sit next to her, and so I could get into a nice conversation with her. When the time came and I made eye contact with her, I instantly looked away because I was so scared and so shy and so anxious that I just didn't want to hold the eye contact with her. I was hoping that when I get into the bus, I would sit next to her and I would talk to her. So when I got into the bus, I walked where she sat and I sat behind her. I didn't have the balls to sit next to her. When I sat behind her, I was hoping that, maybe I could still come up with something. I could give her my phone so she could put her number in it and be this alpha male. But I didn't actually do anything. I got out of the bus and I didn't see the girl ever since. She could have been my wife. My future wife, of course. She could have been my girlfriend. She could be sitting right next to me on this bed and supporting me. But I didn't say a single word, and I deserve this. I deserve to not see her again because, of course, you need to make the first move. Like, women are 99% of the time not gonna make the first move. That's just how it is. And whatever. That's how life is. I fucking deserve this. So now, of course, I know what should have I changed and how to act, but at the time I didn't really know what to do. So that is why I'm gonna if I would have been more confident, I would have easily did the right things. So that is why I'm gonna give you some tips to not be like me, and when that would actually happen to you, you would know like what to do, or at least have the confidence to do something. So let's start with the first thing, and of course, the first thing, which is a non negotiable, is that you have to go to the gym. You have to lift weights or exercise in some way to because it really boosts your confidence. Like, it's just such a tremendous help and such a tremendous boost when you are at a beach or something, and you can confidently walk without your shirt off. You don't have to worry about your belly sticking out. You don't really have to worry about your man boobs because you don't have them anymore. And yeah, you can actually be proud of yourself and you can confidently walk there. Because even when you exercise for, let's say, a year or two, you will look better than 90% of the men. Because most men don't really even exercise, and when they do so, some of them don't really know what to do and they just give up after some time. So when you can actually hold yourself accountable and go 5 times a week, I think you're gonna look better than 90% of the men after some time. And when you know that you look better than 90% of the men, how can you not be more confident? Of course, when you're trying to speak to a girl, you may be a bit more arrogant, but I don't think that's too bad because that's just how things are. You look better than 90% of the men. So why wouldn't you be more confident? You know that she will have a higher attraction for you when you look better, when you have some muscle. There's no way she won't. And you know it as well, and that's why you're more confident. Or at least that's how I think it works. Because when I got into shape, I saw a tremendous boost because I realized that most men really don't even exercise and they don't look that good. So after I had this realization, something just clicked and I was like, oh, there's no reason not to be confident. Like there's no way she will reject me just like this because I actually look good and I can like speak confidently. I have some great social skills. So, yeah, I think getting into shape really, really helps because, of course, like, let's be honest. Are you gonna be confident when you're fat, when you have this big belly and you have a puffy face? Well, not really. Like, there are some, like, confident, out of shape men, but it really helps you to get into shape. It really helps your confidence, trust me. The second thing is you have to stop watching porn and masturbating. This is a non-negotiable as well. There's no way that when you like fap every single day and watch porn, you're when you actually finish the act of fapping, like you get this post-nut clarity, and of course, like you're ashamed of yourself. You tell yourself that I'm not gonna fap ever again, but the next day you fap again, and you say tomorrow I won't, but tomorrow you do as well, and you say the same thing, and it's the cycle. And you can't really get out of it just like that because maybe you have tried, but this habit is just so strong. You become addicted to porn, and you don't really know what to do. So I was in this position as well a few years back, but I actually managed to get out of this addiction. And I can confidently say that it really helped me, and it's just such a different world because when you fap, you have this brain fog as well, and you're ashamed of yourself. And how do you want to be more confident when you are ashamed of yourself? Like, when someone asks you what you did yesterday, of course you're not gonna tell them that you were masturbating. Of course not. Why? Because you're ashamed of yourself. So if you would like few tips or or like a course how to get into and stay consistent on no fap or just like not fap like at all, let's say, or just fap less. Well, I have like not fapped for like 6 months, so I could certainly give you some tips and maybe teach you something. So if you would like, I could make a course. If you would like to, well, let me know. Even when like you want to talk to a girl, like you have this such weird energy, and you're carrying this like ashamed of yourself energy, and people sense it. And of course you are talking like you're a bit more feminine. Let's be honest, when you fap, you're like this feminine version of yourself, and people don't really respect men like that. Like even girls can sense it, in my opinion, because when you don't fap, like of course your testosterone increases, and you just change. Let's be honest, it's a tremendous benefit to not fap. Then of course, how to get more confident. Tip number 3 is have a goal in life. Because when you come home every day and you play video games, well, it might be a goal to get at this rank in this video game. But in the long term, like you're gonna stop playing that game, and like then what? You realize that you're this loser IRL because you weren't leveling up in real life. You were leveling up in the game. So you realize that, oh, like after you stop playing the game, like you're actually this nobody in real life. You were this like super good player in the game, but when you stop playing, like, oh, you realize that you're not really that great in the real life, because real life has some similarities to the games, because you have to be leveling up in real life, just like in the gym. You don't really bench press 100 kilograms right away. You start with an empty barbell, then you add some weights. It's like 90 kg, then you go 50, 60, and after some time you get to 100. Just like in video games, you don't really start out at this like really high position. You start out here and you have to level up to get here. Yeah, I think then that when you have this like clear direction, you're working on like a business in the real life. I think it tremendously helps your confidence as well, because you have you have tried things, and when you actually like make money through your business, like like you're confident in yourself that like anything can happen and you can still make money. So you're just like you can confidently say that, oh, like I don't have to go to work, I don't have to do work at this shit job to get money. I can just have this business, or make a business in the future if that would go wrong, and you know that it would earn you money, and you would have this like freedom in life. So of course, even when you don't have a business, but you have like a clear goal to become like a nice boxer or something, and you're working on it, and you're getting better at it, and you can see the results, like it's such a different world. What? Because when you play video games, like it's like, trust me, I have been this video gamer, and it's completely different to like level up in the gym, for example, or level up in this game. You can see the results, and you can actually be like proud of yourself, and that's gonna make you more confident. Then the tip number 4 is to improve your social skills. How do you want to be more confident when you can talk with people? And how do you improve your social skills? Well, you can watch some YouTube videos, you can read some books. There's this really good book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. I would really recommend it, and there are some tips in it, and you actually like don't just read the book and then forget about it. You have to like implement those tips in real life, just like smile or compliment people. You actually try them out in real life, and you see some results, because it's different when, for example, this tip like you should smile more is in this book, and it's different when you go somewhere and you're just like focused, like mad looking guy, like sad and depressed. It's different how people perceive you, uh, because when you smile, like there's a high chance that people are gonna like smile back at you, and you're gonna have this nice energy around you. Of course, you if you know that you can speak to people, like that helps your confidence as well. So being able to just speak to people, like you don't worry about like what to say next or anything. That of course helps you. Like when you're confident that, oh, like I can talk to anyone, because I certainly couldn't, and now that I can, like I have no reason to be unconfident, because I think I can talk to anyone. Like it's really not that hard. You just need to learn a few things, and yeah, read this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I would give you a tip to talk to one new person every day. It could be this old guy in your hometown, or it could be this guy at the gym, or it could be this girl at the school. It doesn't matter. Just talk to one new person every day for a few months, And I think you're gonna see some improvement. Like, you don't really have to have a full-blown conversation with them, but you can just say hello. Like, maybe you're walking outside and you say good morning to someone, good evening, and then maybe like you would actually eventually get into a conversation with someone, and you meet some friends like this, and you have let's say you have friends for life with someone you meet at the gym, because you made this like plan to talk to one new person every day, and you talk to this new guy at the gym, and you become friends with him, and it's just such a nice thing to even like have a friend at the gym, because when you see him, like, you fist bump each other, you have this nice conversation, and of course, like, how does that make you feel unconfident when you are like friends with the guys in the gym, and yeah. So yeah, you're gonna get like people this way around you. So when you actually go somewhere, you have this guy from the bus, you have this guy from school, and of course, like, you when you meet them, you fist bump each other, you have a nice little conversation. So of course that, in my opinion, makes you more confident. And that's a big thing as well, that after some time, like, you're gonna realize that it's not really hard to speak to anyone. And when you do realize that, like, you're just like, oh, like, it's this easy to speak to anyone, like, I don't have to worry about anything. When you realize that, like, of course you're gonna get more confident, of course. When I realized that I can speak to anyone, like, it was a game changer. It truly was. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.